Shit. I'm off to pick up Mattias for another coffee with Ola.
Fy fan.
Jag har ju så jävla koll alltså. Nej, det har jag inte. Jag ger bara skenet av att jag har koll.
Ja.
Oj, okej. Släpper ett hår också. Spela hårdrock också.
Ja.
Och vi pratar på engelska då.
Ja, det är klart.
Ja. What's up everyone and welcome to a new Coffee with Ola. And today it's my huge pleasure and honor to introduce one of Sweden's most amazing guitar players, Mattias Eklundh.
Thank you.
And just before you start talking, I just have to because he's a really good talker. I just have to ask, when you introduce yourself in English, do you say IA or IA or because in Swedish it's IA?
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, I couldn't say Mattias, so it was Mattias, which was not so commercial. So it became IA. But IA is kind of internal affairs, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's not really cool. So it's like Ian, but a low budget version.
Okay.
Which one am I supposed to look? Is this one?
This is your camera.
Hello,
right there.
camera?
This is a major camera.
Okay, the major camera.
And that's just a bonus.
Okay, very good. Hello, bonus.
Yes.
So it's IA without the N, but it doesn't really matter. It's my full name is Mattias Ia Bernt Johannes Eklundh, and my grandfather he was truly fat. He could never see his sex organ, and he decided that we should separate ourselves from the other Eklunds of the world. So he put an H after the D, so it's Eklundh, which makes no sense.
At least you did that instead of renaming it to like Starshine, like a lot of people do nowadays.
True. Yeah, well, now Eklundh is so Mattias Ia Bernt Johannes Eklundh. Say it quickly, backwards.
It's a cool name.
Yes.
So just a quick little introduction. I have a little help here.
Yes.
I've been getting a lot of comments that I'm a shit interviewer. Thank you so much for that. But I'm trying my best, I promise.
Yes.
So Mattias Ia Eklundh, founder of the band Free Kitchen. One of Sweden's most, I would say, one of the very few virtuoso of Sweden. And you're a frequent dildo user. And you're, but not only that, you're also an incredible singer.
Oh, no.
And, well, yes.
Thank you.
Because I've heard the album.
Oh.
So, and also the founder of Free Guitar Camp.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about everything today.
You've been there.
And I've been there.
Yes.
We're going to get there, I promise. So let me just ask, like, when you started playing guitar, who was your main influence, and who was the guy who made you practice guitar?
Well, I think for me it was kind of two different things. I remember back in 1976, before the internet, the Swedish television, God bless them, broadcasted a AC/DC concert. I think it was 76, 77. And I think that was somehow I was aroused. I bet it was my first erection and everything, but I was so carried away by seeing that raw energy of Angus and Malcolm and Phil Rudd and Brian and was it Cliff Williams at the time? Never mind. So I jumped up and down and said, this is it. I decided there and then, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And I've actually only done that since then. So I decided rock music is good for me. AC/DC is very good. And then I saw the centerfold of Kiss Alive 2, where you have fire and blood and everything, and I wanted to do that as well, include fire and blood and big stage show. It didn't really happen, but it doesn't matter. And then I discovered and met Frank Zappa back in '81, And that kind of screwed me up a bit because I said, why do I was corrected by Frank Zappa. I stood up and I ran, to the front of the stage, and everybody were sitting down because I've been to Kiss the year before with my mother, and I was screaming and jumping up and down. So I thought I could do this with Frank Zappa, but to quintuplet and septuplets. But he said, sit down so we can continue to play music. I was corrected 11 years old by Frank Zappa. And he screwed me up, and I liked it. I like being corrected.
So you were totally expecting this rock star moment, but you got told off by
Very
Frank
much,
Zappa.
but I still have an autograph to Mattias. It's even more complicated than Mattias Johannes Eklundh. To Mattias from F. Zappa. But that was good because I liked that just as much as I liked AC/DC and fire and explosions and stuff like that. So I thought, why not be able to play this nasty, complex rhythms with fire and blood? So that's what I do. And then I discovered, the first Metallica album, I spent an entire summer. I bought myself a Flying V, just playing Motor Breath and so on. I bet I had my first hernia at the time because the Flying V is impossible to sit down with. You look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I do not nowadays. I think it's owned by Tony Jelenkovic of Bethon or Transport League. So I think I gave it away 1 million years ago. But never mind. And then it was the coolest thing I've ever heard. Yeah. And then I bumped into Van Halen and Steve Vai and Yngwie and what have you. And I was like, I want to do as well, and then playing quintuplets. So for me, it's about, I will always be a metal man, obviously, because I have, like you, lots of hair. We shave it off in the evening, it's back in the morning.
Yeah. It's very obvious when you listen to Free Kitchen that it's such a playful band in the sense that it's like you have a little bit of everything there.
Yeah.
You have like the really dark, metal riffing, and then you can totally throw it off with something that's completely folk or stupidly inspired by like Indian style or whatever. So it's very like Free Kitchen is such a broad band in that sense.
Yeah, I think I have an issue with genres and being forced into a certain, you should sound like this and so on. I do what I do, and I try not to worry, I try not to fight it, I try to write what I consider groovy music. I like this. But it doesn't belong on the album. Well, I don't care. I produce, I decide what. Yes, exactly. And I record it myself. So, and I think that I've been curious and I'm more curious than ever to see what's lurking behind the corner, to see what I can come up with. And somehow it's all me. It may be like a roller coaster ride. It doesn't really matter. And I think the people who like Free Kitchen like it for that reason, and so on. But you do what you do and try not to worry about it. I think it's too much over-analyzing and YouTube and look, I need to be that good, I need that stuff as well. I live isolated in the Swedish woods, and when I compose, I kind of pull down the curtain and say, I'm the new black. This is going to be the coolest, this is going to be the song to rule them all. Of course it's not, it's going to turn into a pile of shit. But when I record, I go offline, I tell myself, this is it, and that's good to boost your ego. And then you realize it's not that happening, but you did try, and that's what it's all about.
Well, eventually you'll stumble on something
yes.
that people love. And
yes.
they obviously do with Free Kitchen.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I live a perfectly happy life in the woods. I'm a family provider just by playing my strange music, and I have been since I was 19. You know, I suck at playing other people's music. I would survive maybe 24 seconds in a cover band. I would ruin everything. I would find a way to play it backwards or with harmonics, you know, and so on, whatever. So I would be thrown out. I have Guitar Hero colleagues. They can just join into any band. I've seen it, you know. Here we are in Tokyo, and woo, Paul Gilbert jumps up on stage and plays any Beatles song, or Andy Timmons, or Ron, or Guthrie, you know. They are amazing. I cannot play a single song. I can play The Trooper in a Lydian mode. That's it, you know. So I suck. But it's good sucking every once in a while.
Do you think it's a problem nowadays that people are too fixated with watching others, because it's become more of a the state where you have YouTubers and you have Facebook and everyone's just showing off all the time. Do you think it's too much pressure for a up and coming guitar player like that?
Yes. I think sometimes ignorance is bliss. It's actually quite good to again really block everything out. I adore today's technology. We spoke about this before when I got here, that it's great to be able to have a tip-top camera and run around in cap and do, and you go to your hotel room and you edit perfectly fine HD video. You put it out there and hundreds of thousands, even millions of people will see that. That's great. Or, oh, today I will do animation. How do I do animation? You Google it. Oh, great, free software. Try some animation. That's great, but you have to use it in a creative way and not just follow everybody else, because it can be quite, how should I say, you feel choked when you have this information overkill. So for me, it's really cool to just block everything out and take time. Time is the essence to find your own. I spoke about growing your own mustache. You can be a female person or a not a carrot but a bird and have a great mustache. It's about framing your life with stuff that's important for you. That makes you a happy camper when you wake up. It's like, okay, what to do today? You are in charge of your time, and giving yourself time is really, really crucial for coming up with stuff, because it's not likely you will watch YouTube every day and then you pick up your guitar and you're going to be super hot shit. It's not going to happen. You need to spend time with your instrument.
I mean, that's the problem. I think that a lot of people think that there's the time behind everyone putting up a video, that it's like, okay, it's like Instagram. People upload their selfies where they're super beautiful and they never see the back side of things. So people only they think that that's perfection. That's the standard right there. Well, it's not.
No.
And it's the same on Facebook and YouTube, where you see someone pulling off, the sickest leads. I mean, I did like a Pantera cover. People don't see the 50 takes I did before the actual take.
Of course.
So it's, I think it's really important that, like you say, you take time, because when you take the time, you will eventually also make your own sound.
Always, yes. That's really.
That will make you differ from the other ones that are on YouTube, and making everything every day. And I'm talking about myself, because I'm doing everything every day on YouTube.
Well, that's cool. I mean, you found your niche and the thing that's good for you, and it's great. I mean, you built a groovy little industry that again creates a cool life, and that's what it's all about. You just got to find it yourself. But I have an 11-year-old son, and he said, "I'm going to be a YouTuber." Dad, you're a YouTuber? I am not a YouTuber. I may post 5 videos in a week and nothing in a year. Yes, but you get paid from AdSense and Google. So yeah, but I'm still not a YouTuber. I like YouTube. I like to have my channel as an outlet of my creative burst. And sometimes I wish I would have more time to just sit and clap hands and sing Indian rhythms and stuff like that. It may happen when I get sick and tired of traveling the world, But right now it's, okay, I did one video, get it out, and then nothing happens, So I like this life, because I wake up and I do not know what to do from day to day, and that's really good. But I am in charge, and that's the bottom line, So
I mean, that is, if anything, freedom right there. That you wake up every day and, okay, what I'm going to do today? Okay, this or this or this or this, and you do what you love. And I guess that for a musician is, I mean, a lot of people want fame, but freedom
for the sake of being famous. That's the problem.
But the freedom to be able to create whatever you want. That is worth a lot more.
Yes, it is. Yes, and it sounds like a cliche, but for me, it's really, I write the music I do not hear anywhere else. With the influences, it all boils down to who you are and where you are in life. It sounds really deep, but that's really how it is. I manifest my life into my music. This is where I'm in now and interested in, so on. And I can spend a day just by accident. I go, oh, interesting sound. So I can just go a day and say, what if I push? So, and this is not good, but I get the pickups for free. So, but it's and you should take that time. Sometimes my wife comes into the studio and say, "What are you doing?" You're scaring the mooses outside. I said, well, I'm working on something. Well, this is shit, you know? Yeah, but shit is important.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I need time to figure my shit out.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't turn into a tip-top song with a tip-top melody, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It has to be done.
Yeah. Well, you have to go through that
yes.
to get to the point where you want to be.
Exactly, but everybody, not everybody, but it feels like everything is kind of twisted and upside down, because it's the same with endorsement. People ask me, almost without playing an instrument, how do you get an endorsement deal?
Yeah.
Well, are you good?
Yeah.
Have you played? Do you have something to say with your instrument? I have never approached anyone. Everybody approached me, yes, and I was almost like intimidated. It was the same with, you know, big guys like Steve Vai or whatever. They wrote me.
Yeah.
I didn't write them because I'm Swedish and we don't do that.
Well, it's the same thing when people ask you, how do you get a label? Like back in the day, how do you get a record deal?
Yeah.
It's like they're asking from the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So because they don't see they just see the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
You have an endorsement.
Yes.
But how do I get an endorsement? Because
Exactly.
I want to be the same.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone just see the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
And do not necessarily see everything that formed, you know, those 20 years before.
Exactly.
You actually, you know, where you sitting in your room doing all that stuff. So.
Yeah. I mean, I quit school when I was 16. I spent my miserable teenage years just going, you know, trying to find out who I am and so on, and to get rid of everything that didn't sound like me, so on. So I spent eons of time with my 4-track machine, just recording, being a very poor young man. And little by little, things started to pick up. I moved to Copenhagen when I was 19. I joined a Danish band called Fate. I got to learn show business, how ugly it is, and how little I wanted to be part of it and be in control. It's the same with actually society. I mean, much of it is making me miserable, so I have to protect myself. I do what is expected of me, and then it's like, leave me alone so I can go out there with full power and batteries charged and spread good vibes, and then back to the woods, you know, recharge the batteries. But my first Japanese visit back in '96, I was approached by, I was at a place called Richie Blackmore's Pub, which is a very small place, I think 2 tables, and you have to
Isn't that all,
get it
like
on.
every bar in Tokyo? It's a small place.
Yes,
it's someone's
very much.
apartment.
Yeah, I had a meeting with a journalist where we were hanging out and drinking some beers, and he was, but Mattias, you're excellent guitar player. You don't have guitars for free. And the next, he made some phone calls, and the next morning, a few companies were there, and I fell in love with the comparison guitars and my friend Itaro Kanu. And at the time, you know, I had a shitty, cheap Ibanez guitar, and I couldn't afford anything else. And they'd say, take a few guitars with you home. Take a few guitars with you home, as a you know, 25, 26-year-old. And for that, I am eternally grateful, because it matters. And a lot of companies have approached me, but they are my friends, and they were there when nobody else gave a shit. Exactly. It was the same with Laney. They said, you're supposed to be really good. How about you send us your old crap equipment? I had a very bad amp with a bird nest inside with feathers and small eggs and everything. It sounded like shit, obviously. But they gave me a stack, and I thought, this is really cool. I shall stick with these people because they're nice people. And I've said this many times, but nobody looks good with brown lipstick, and musicians are greedy and they panic because their CDs do not sell. And it's not how it is, you know. You do good, and you are. I don't even have a piece of paper. It's a handshake. It's gentleman's agreement. And that's what it is. So as soon as someone starts waving a paper before you try the product, you're in trouble. That's really how it is. So we're friends. That's it. And even with guys like DR Strings, and you have Mark, who's the CEO, calling me up from New York and say, "This is Mark. Mark, yes. Do you need more strings?" No. I have shitloads of strings. Oh, we sent like a container anyway yesterday. I don't want more strings. I cannot fit any more strings into the studio. That's how it should be, but never is, you know. And for that, I am very picky of who I work with. It has to be good people in times of evil. Sometimes people forget about that. It's more about the relationship than anything else. And I totally agree with you. It's actually funny. I remember you're probably the guitar player that put comparison on the map. I don't know. I mean, obviously now they're a lot bigger than before. But whenever I saw a comparison guitar, it was
an EI signature, or the was it Apple Horn?
Apple Horn, stupid name.
Saw it all the time, you know, back in the days when the Fuss started to release their magazines.
Yes.
It's like all over the place, and you had a column there as well.
Many years,
many years. So it's and because of that, it makes a strong brand, because you're loyal. And you know, it's it shows that the endorsement itself is not important.
No.
It's just working and helping each other out.
Yes,
basically.
That's really how it is. Because in the end, all you have is who you are. When we're supposed to go and leave the planet and go somewhere else, you know, when everything is said and done, it's did you sell out or fuck up, or did you slip over to the dark side? And because you and me, we are logotypes. That's really what we are, you know, in lack of a better word. But we are,
Not really.
That's really what it is. So you are, it sounds very, I don't know, harsh or uncool, but it is what it is. Your name is everything you have, and time is the only true capital you have. What you do with it matters. You know, I've had seriously strange offers over the years with lots of money involved, and at first I was flabbergasted. I was like, bloody hell, this is great, woohoo, what an invoice I could send for a weekend of work, you know. And then I said, better not, this will backfire. This will backfire in 2 months. The paycheck is great, but I will smell funny. So I decided, no. Damn it! Could I send the invoice sort of incognito and not do any work?
No.
So, but that's really how it is. And sometimes I'm about to slip, and I said, "No, screw it. You've come this far. Don't screw up now."
So and remember your roots and your family, basically, because these guys are your family.
Yes, that's really how it is. And
you've grown together. It's like, why would you risk that?
Yeah. Oh, it's really, really true. And they're tip-top guitars. I have to do another sound. Sorry, yes.
Nice. So you guys just released an album.
We did.
Confusion to the Enemy.
Yes.
And how's it been? I saw a couple of the tracks, Morons. And something that I think that you do not get enough credit for. I mean, you're an insane guitar player, but how the hell do you write such catchy choruses?
Thank you.
I think that goes. I mean, the choruses in the Free Kitchen songs are amazing. They're like, it's an instant, you know. It sits there, it just sticks to your mind. Like, how is that? How did that become a thing? Like,
well, I've always been. I like aggressive music and so on. I like when it's lots of low end and it's chunky, but I also like actual songwriting and harmony, and I'm a lousy growler. I scream more like, if I scream, it's like Tom Araya scream, you know, like, high pitch and so on. It's not, I can't do it. I have stuff to say, and I want it to be heard, and it's kind of hard to articulate. What is he saying, the caveman, and so on. And I've always been a sucker for good melodies and harmony and so on. So I fiddle around with chords, and also the lyric-wise, I tried to sing about stuff that sort of, well, is bugging me in one way or the other.
I was just about to say that.
Because it's a good way to share. It's a tricky planet and so on, and you gotta sort of focus on this. Also, I suck at remembering lyrics, so I have to sing about something that concerns me to remember it. And the problem is, I've never considered myself a singer, even almost not even a guitar player. I am mostly a drummer in a way. But it's kind of hard to write songs on a floor tom. But I've never liked singers because they never cared. They didn't give me shit about my important lyrics. So, I have a bad throat today. For me, it's like, yes, I was doing a gig yesterday in Stockholm. Tonight we play again. I sound like crap in my voice. It doesn't matter. If you can talk, you can sing. Open your mouth and sing. You know, it doesn't have to be beautiful. And sometimes it's just white noise coming out, but that's okay as well. You know. So I decided to sing when I've been working with singers that I didn't like. It's like, bloody hell, they're just lazy and so on. But I'm not really a singer. But recently, some people have started to mentioning the singing. It takes me forever, you know, and I damage my vocal cords. So fuck it, I'm 49 years old. Exactly. You know, when I can't sing anymore, you join the band and you sing. So that's how it is.
Coming back to this thing about the lyrics, I mean, obviously with names like Morons,
Yeah.
And on the last album or the album before, it's a perfect name for a song.
Yeah.
Saving Up for an Anal Bleach.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's a great name.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Also the song itself has a really good
The groove.
really good groove. Yeah.
It's all Indian, but it doesn't sound like it.
No,
it's
it
it's
does
an
not.
Indian. It's an Indian, South Indian Carnatic pattern that I stole from India and brought back to Sweden.
But also, when I listened to the single for the new album, it also this little play, this playfulness comes to mind again, where like Morons is like the typical, I would say, like a hit song, and then you have Confusion
to the Enemy,
to the Enemy,
yeah.
which is such a dark song,
Yeah.
and very very serious, which is like, oh, I was a little like, I was like, whoa, shit, okay, Oh, what is that song about?
You probably will hate this because it's not that serious. It's about Portal 2, the video game.
Oh,
Yes.
dude, that makes me love it even more.
I adore that game.
Oh,
I'm a gamer, believe it or not. You have your gaming chair. I bought 2 gaming chairs last weekend at DreamHack. They just arrived in the studio. So I game with my son. I have every console and super duper PC known to man, and it's good for me to relax because games today is art in many ways.
Yes.
They are so good. Music is fantastic, textures and the flow and the pacing, and it's really good. So movies, books, gamings. It's music, obviously. It's a great part of life. But Confusion to the Enemy is about Portal 2, and I'm singing as being GLaDOS, the female bad robot. So I'm singing to Shell, the supposedly mute woman, the superhero, and I adore that game. It's every month I have Thai massage, 90 minutes. I have a wonderful Thai witch in outside, not far from where I live, outside of Gothenburg, and the second she starts, I go, Portal 2, I am somewhere. And I had to write this kind of ambient metal song about it, and it's hell to play, but it's good fun with a. So it's messy and noisy, and it's a way to treat triplets that I haven't tried before, and that's what I do. I try to haven't been here. Try this. That was nasty, but yes, okay. Managed to
well, that's how you evolve, I guess.
Yeah.
Just it's uncomfortable. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah. That's really how it is. So
that's cool. Yeah. Free Kitchen supporting Dreamfitter next year.
Oh yes. That's really
amazing.
Weird.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a good bill. I mean, it's what is it more? Is it
Tesseract, Animals as Leaders, and we tried. It's kind of weird. I spoke about this yesterday from stage that Free Kitchen is by many considered like a musician band, and we do not consider us. We think it's kind of punk music.
Right. Yeah.
So it's
just it's catchy riffs.
Yes, and it's not that complex. If you want to get complex, you should come to the Free Guitar Camp. That's where we go really deep into things. For me, Free Kitchen is meat and potatoes, but maybe I'm fucked up. I'm Swedish, I'm left-handed, and my name is Mattias Eklundh, and so on. So maybe I am not the most sort of objective person, but it doesn't really matter. I still think that we're not a musician's band. We have lots of female people, we have lots of kids, we have lots of old people, and it's a diverse audience. But this gig obviously will not help us being not a musician
Yeah, exactly.
band.
Because I think maybe your label Progressive.
Yeah.
Even though you're not.
Not really, no.
I mean, I would probably draw more lines towards like a band like Extreme.
Yeah.
Or, something like that.
Yeah, with 8-string guitars.
Exactly. Extreme with 8-string guitars. That's exactly it. So let's talk a little about the Free Guitar Camp.
Yes.
And this year was like the 20th anniversary.
Yes.
Holy shit.
20 years, 20 years.
Back... going back to Fuzz magazine and all that. Back in that time, I mean, I was really much into like Dreamfitter and Pantera and shit. And I knew that every good guitar player went to MI. And like went to the US and Los Angeles and all that. That was my dream. And then I saw the Free Guitar Camp. Like, oh, it's not as expensive, and it's pretty close too.
Yes.
But I always felt like I'm a little bit intimidated to go to a guitar camp with other super awesome guitar players.
Should be.
But I was lucky enough to guest Free Guitar Camp last year, and I went there, had no idea how it would be, and it was just the most amazing aura, and like if I knew about that back when I was 18 years old, I would have gone like every year. It was such a good feeling. I mean, the vibe was just. It was just perfect.
Yeah.
And tell me more about what it is. And
well, it started back in 1999, obviously, because it's been 20 years. I'm good at counting rhythm, taka taka ta taka taka ta ta, but I'm really bad at counting years. So someone had to its 20th anniversary. But it started out. I didn't believe it at first. It was a friend of mine said, "Hey, you're hot shit. We should do and you're big in Japan at the time, and blah blah blah, and we should do like a camp." And I thought, nah, it's going to be embarrassing. Yeah. Nobody's going to show up. And typical Swedish behavior, you know. But he insisted, and 25 brave players showed up. And it's like, oh, this is great. And then it kind of grew a lot, and now it's packed for 2 weeks with 80 players from all over the world. We do 6 days at a time, and then another bunch flying. And
these are players from all over the world. It's just not Sweden.
No. Everywhere.
All across the world, from everywhere. South America, from India, from
everywhere.
Asia. It's insane.
Yeah, it's really, and we sit in this not so luxury kind of place outside the Swedish woods where you are completely cut off from everything else. All the white noise. Is everything working?
Yes. Technology. You saw my eyes there. Like,
oh no, we ran out of tape.
That's fine. We're good.
We're good.
You can trust these cameras. These are great cameras.
I have the same. I love them. Good Lumix. Yes. Commercial. Woohoo! Get us for free. So the camp is divine. It's for me. It's the annual highlight. It's where I level up. It's where everything I've learned so far boils down in the music we go through. I write music with tons of musical tools, useful musical tools that will make you grow. And I am just as super duper inspired as the campers. They give so much back to me, you know, and I have to really get my shit together because it's not easy climbing the guru chair, which is slightly higher than everybody else's for ego and everything, and to be seen. And not know what you're doing. So I'm really, really on the verge of breaking down, but I'm pushing it, and it's great. And these players, the campers, I love you. They do not kid around. They are really eager to learn, and it's not about, as you said, you know, about speed, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not sight reading. It's not about that. It's about challenging yourself and getting rid of all, you know, you pick up your guitar, you play the same shit all the time, you know. Force yourself out of the comfort zone. That's how you grow, you know. So it's really a big slap in the face, and it's great. And we don't really have any Wi-Fi, or we eat vegetarian food. Everybody shit like horses. So, and it's a beautiful lake, and we have a sauna, and it's really a cleansing time, you know. So I love it. And the cool is there's no competition. Everybody are super nice, and they just want to learn. And like great, I've seen you on the internet. Bloody hell, he's here, he's alive. Oh, you have gremlin socks. So I have Christmas underpants. Can I show my penis? No, just kidding. Okay, this will be the end of your YouTube channel. So this is really, really cool. I cannot again emphasize how.
You know what I like about it is that it's. I'm not going to call it scaled down, but it's very like you go there. There's no Wi-Fi.
No.
You just play guitar. The way it's supposed to be, like old school. No goddamn YouTube or Instagram.
Nothing.
Just go there. You sit. Read
Too many
the lyrics.
people in a tiny room.
And it was. When I was up there playing and talking, you know, that intimidated me as well. Again, like shit. Okay, why am I going there to a camp with amazing guitar players, and what should I do? Like it's what I say.
You were great.
Thank you. But I mean, it was so easy because the participants were easy.
They were
they really help you. And they see that they're listening. And they're there for a reason. And it feels really genuine, and a very amazing experience, I would
Cool.
say. So if
Great.
you haven't checked it out already, Guitar Camp 2019 now. Have you already started?
Yes. Well, February 1st we start registration. I'm putting together a zany camp video with just random footage of this
Yep.
year. I filmed when people eat fermented Baltic herring, the Sustrum.
You were all over the place.
Yeah,
I remember when I had my workshop. There's windows all over the place.
Camera!
Like camera in one ear, and then
And
suddenly,
Lucas talking. Camera.
1 second away, you were on the opposite side. It's like it's like you're like a cartoon
I am
character.
Legion. I am Legion. Yes. No, but that's it's a cool thing. And again, a lot of players have really. They started to piss their pants and can I do this again? I missed the first note. You know, the guests and climbing the guru chair is not easy. But you took control of your inner demons. You got yourself together and you did and said, I cannot do this and this. Obviously, I'm not going to shred your pants off, but I do this and I'm good at this. This is why I'm here. And people want to learn. They want to hear about the OLA Englund experience. You know,
exactly.
And that's really cool. And that's why I brought you there. I didn't bring you there to show us some sweet picking. Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
that's not what you're there for. So
I
it's to
appreciate it.
give
Thank
them
you.
more tools and more insight and how to survive this nasty business. You know.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Very good.
Okay, let's go over to guitar playing because
Yes.
that's kind of like the creme de la creme.
Cream of the crap.
So we already talked a little bit about comparison, but maybe you can show your guitar that you have here.
Here is a guitar. It's been damaged. This is my traveling guitar by Lufthansa. Sorry, Lufthansa. And the cool thing is, this volume knob was pushed all the way through the body, and I said, "Listen."
Oh, so you fixed it. There's been a hole there.
Yes.
Oh,
So
can you show it a little to the camera there?
Yeah, this is how it is to travel.
here,
Thank God I'm
this
endorsed.
whole part.
Yeah, it was pushed through.
Oh.
Obviously, it's not Lufthansa. You know, I travel with Lufthansa. It's some jaded airline personnel that hates
Jaded
musicians. And that's how it is. You know, you open the case, and I am like it sounds cocky, but gold member, blah blah blah.
Yes.
So I write, listen, I had the priority tag. I was traveling, blah blah blah. This class. What do we do with this? You know, obviously I am endorsed, but someone should have to pay. And their answer was very rude and arrogant. It was like, yeah, if you're that stupid to travel with a 6,000 euro guitar, it's your own fault.
Oh shit!
But listen,
gold member service right there.
Thank you very much.
Great.
Yeah, but I still consider Lufthansa a good airline company actually to fly with. They are not like Ryanair or something like that. So yes, but this is an 8-string beast. It's got everything is Japanese except for the frets, which is from Stockholm. It's called True Temperament.
Yes.
It's called the Applehorn 8. It's got 27 scale length, whatever you say.
Scale length.
Yeah. I don't know anything about guitars. When Itaro Kano, my friend in Japan, says, Mattias, time for new signature model. What kind of specifications? I say, black specification. I want black guitar. Make black guitar. I say, yeah, but what kind of wood? I don't know. Anything. So I don't know this. You can look it up on the internet. It's on the comparison site.
Right.
But it's got a floating bridge, which of course makes a lot of pressure on the neck and so on. So every now and then my friend Itaro writes me and said, Mattias, how is condition of neck? And I say condition of neck is good. So you can go really, but it's okay. It will.
It's also you're putting a lot of stress when you're using the Floyd.
Yeah,
obviously.
And you have to do your daily push-ups because it's. But I adore this guitar because it's like a chamber orchestra in one instrument because of the frets and how it's put together. And Itaro, the designer, said, let's not put in a lot of junk into the fretboards and so on because it's an 8-string guitar and the body has to be balanced with the neck, and the more stuff you put in, the more tone you take out. You know, I bet I could probably not hear the difference because I'm a pagan metal man, but he knows his stuff. So
so the True Temperament frets is like when you play with your bass player. Obviously, he does not use True Temperament.
He doesn't.
Do you feel any difference there between you?
It's surprisingly not that bad.
No.
I don't know why. I don't think I would I'm such an arrogant son of a gun, so I only play guitar myself. But if we were two players and one had straight frets and we played a melody like in the same pitch, then it would sound not so cool. It would be slightly chorus,
exactly,
kind of vibe to it. But for me, it's divine because for the first time in history, the frets correspond well with your harmonics, so you can, actually play clean harmony, and it's really cool when an A is an A.
Yeah,
is a,
exactly.
So the way I tune it is like standard.
Yeah.
And then I have a low A and a low E.
Oh, so you have a drop on the 7.
Yeah, and on the 8. So it's E A E A.
Okay.
It took me a week to figure out. I was sent some other 8-string guitar, because at the time Caparezza didn't have any 8-string guitar, and I wanted to try it out. Had Fredrik Thordendal, a mutual friend over at the house, said you should try it, because you might find new things. And so on. So I had one. I didn't really like it. It was too metal-ish. Of course, I'm a metal man, but I want to be able to play other stuff as well. So I said to Caparezza, listen, this company would like to work with me. Which one will cause the least damage to our relationship? And they said, fuck it. We'll build you an 8-string guitar, the mother of all 8-string guitar. And for that, again, I'm super grateful, because obviously I wanted to continue to work with them. But I would not, on the other hand, limit myself to say, they don't have 8-string guitars, I'm not going to play 8-string guitar. So this was really, really cool. And I do not really care about my instrument. I don't polish them and so on. But with the 8-string guitars, I have affection. I like them. I want them to be good. So now I've ordered something called Enki cases from the US that you can go
That's
crazy.
funny. I just sent them an email this morning.
Yes, very good.
Yes,
to Mr. Dave.
Hopefully I'll pick one up at NAMM.
Yeah,
that's my plan.
It's splendid. Pick two up, because they have.
I can probably do it, because I also have a gold member card.
Yes, very good. You should. We'll sort it out.
Okay,
we'll talk about this off camera.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Mattias Eklundh. So I have perfect octaves, which is very, very cool, because it adds another texture than just playing. A lot of people who play 8-string guitar, they use the low 2 strings, and then there's a little. And there's nothing in between. They have no clue what's going on here, and you don't play chords and whatever. But this is like a chamber orchestra. So with these octaves, it's fabulous, because you.
And I mean, the range is just way bigger too, since you're dropping even more.
Yeah, the guitar. Obviously, you don't have to play every song in A or E or whatever, but it has a certain sound to it where you have open strings. So it rings quite well, and the harmonics are cool. So it's almost like an Indian a drone kind of thing. And also, you just have to put your fuck off finger and play metal chords. And also, you can play. So this tuning very much works for me. Shooby-dooby-doo, we're at Englund's place. We're playing pop music with an 8-string guitar. Way too early in the morning now. And so on. So it's you can do anything with this beast. So I like this. And even if I go really high and I fret the same note, you can hear it's the same. You hear it's the. So if I do this, there's no dissonance. All these. Since my baby left me. So this is great, and it's still in tune.
Yeah.
So it's divine. I because of damn this hair. Can I take off the wig and put it in the kitchen?
Sure.
Okay, good.
I have a spare one here. If you...
Great. I'd like to have my.
No, there it is.
Oh yes. What the hell? I think because of Caparezza and Laney, and now I use the Helix, and everything works really well together, and guitar playing has never been more fun.
Yes.
I find that amazing that you can be a middle-aged man with hair coming out of different places of your body every day. You know, it's like I have to shave my ears now, even my back. My wife said, "You look like a baboon. Where did that come from?" I thought it was dirt, you know. So, but that's it. You little by little you fall apart, but you also get better at what you do.
Yeah.
And I know so much now. I can't just looking back 10 years. It's like, bloody hell, I was an ignorant son of a gun, you know, and I do not have any intention of stopping. I just want to learn more and more, frame my life with good stuff, come to your place every once in a while, then go straight to Indonesia and then back to Säffle.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
That's really what it is.
I mean, it's a lot of fun. Gear is a lot of fun when you get into it and understand. And it is a very good time right now to be a guitar player.
Yes,
I mean, we're extremely spoiled with what's available out there.
Oh yeah, I think it would take a lifetime if everything stopped right now. I mean, how many people do actually know everything that Word can do?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
you write an invoice or you type this and that, but if we stop, it would take a lifetime to discover what everything can do. You know, and I think for the Helix, for instance, I use maybe 0.1% that we can do. Have one sound, push another button, have the same sound with delay.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's what's good about it. I mean, depending on what you need, you can do so much with it.
Yeah.
But if you just need the convenience thing about just having a small pedal board, it's worth everything, especially as a touring musician.
Yeah, and as a creative tool, because that's again what it all boils down to. How do I use this in a creative way? And for me, it's great. I mean, even the tune track guys, my namne, as we say, Mattias Eklundh said, have everything, take everything, see if you find anything creative. And I'm just fooling around with the most adorable drum sounds behind the mini kit and bloody, you know, woohoo, this is great, you know. I'm playing hip hop, death metal hip hop. I like this. What else? You know, it's
that's amazing.
So yeah, that's how it should be. Damn, we talk a lot.
Yes, we do. Woo-hoo. I have actually a little question from me.
Yes.
More like an advice. You know, as you guys probably seen, I'm quite busy with videos and stuff like that, and you know, it's become some kind of a, you know, everything becomes a job. I love my job.
Yep.
I love what I do. I love sitting here doing my shit in my room. I love my room.
Yes.
But you know, after a full day of job, like my work, I get home.
Yes.
Which is over there in my living room.
Hello, home.
You know, I have kids. I make dinner, and you know, I'm basically exhausted.
Yeah.
Like, how do I find motivation to play guitar? Because even though it seems like I play guitar all the time, I do not.
Yeah,
it's a tool for me.
Yeah.
How do I? What would you say to me to inspire me to take that 5 minutes? Every evening.
Yeah, I understand completely what you.
I think a lot of people have this question because this is a common situation for a lot of working people out there.
Yeah, for me, what I do a lot is to refine my time. The best thing about getting older, there's lots of stuff that's bad because my right knee doesn't work today. Screw that.
Start to hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. But then you have to level up in other ways, you know. So that's really how it is. You can't do anything about the saddlebag face. That's how it is. But what I do is I refine
saddlebag face. Sorry.
49-year-old touring musician.
It took 5 seconds for me to understand. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Sorry.
Not so much sleep last night, but it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? These are good cameras. Anyway, so what I do is I refine my time a lot, and I am very sensitive for when I get stuck in stuff that I do not want to do too much. There are always sides to every brand or business or whatever have you that's not super funny. I don't like to spend a month editing drums, but sometimes I have to. And it's draining me. So I have to balance that with creativity, because creativity is charging the batteries like crazy, and it's making me a better person. I'm a better dad, better husband, better dog and car owner. I even chop wood better when I have been. I do all the most amazing things when I feel, yes, I have taken nothing and built something, and it was really cool, and it was all me, and that's the ultimate kick. So I think you have to put a priority tag on music. Family first, then music. But both you and me, we are entrepreneurs. So you edit video, I do too. I do all the Free Kitchen videos. You shoot and you edit and you tweak and you curse After Effects because it's crashing and it's too demanding for my, and so on. It's a beautiful thing, but I would not get stuck in that. I have to balance it. So what I do is I pick up the guitar many times a day and just plug in and play. And I have my little action camera and I just, this is interesting, document this and document. But now, for instance, this year has been really busy with the new album and so on. And now I'm going to have a Christmas break for a month and a half. Okay. I'm just going to be home, play music, jerk around with my settings and create something out of nothing. And it's really, I understand what you mean. You're dead tired. Okay, I have to play for 5 minutes.
Exactly.
But you should do it in between. You should, because today, I mean, I could spend 24 hours a day, 25 and a half hours a day answering emails. I would never, ever get to the point where I've answered them all. Yes. It's impossible. Yes. So I have to block it out and say, all right, sorry, I'll write, excuse me, I'm late and so on. But I, again, pull down the curtain and say, I am in perfect sync. Yes. I am in sync. I am not. I am never. You will never be. No. You know, so I turn off the phone. I sit with my guitar like I did when I was a miserable teenage kid and just... that was great. Yeah. That's actually a cool riff. Can we just
it's on camera. I'll send it to you later.
So I said, good, what do I do? And then I get behind the drum kit and try to, oh, okay, I suck at that, so I just keep a straight beat. I pull down the kanjira and work on music. And maybe it's just an embryo, but it may lead to the coolest thing I've ever done. Yeah. So it's really, again, priority tag. Music is the best, you know. Family first, music then, you know. And because, again, you will never be done with this. You will always have something to answer, a comment to answer, or blah, blah, blah. Oh, you haven't sent me those high-res photos. Fucking hell, exactly. I lied. Here's the Dropbox thing. Yeah. It never ends.
I think the problem is that everyone expects everything quick too.
Yes.
So it's like you get an email, you forgot to send these. Oh, so you have to stop what you're doing, send that.
But this is pissing me off.
Yes.
Listen, I am exhausted. I slept 3 hours last night. When people send me, and I love you all, but sometimes it's just you don't get the number of messages and it's impossible. And when someone, where are you? Yeah. Why haven't you answered? I say to myself, I will never answer. Yeah. I will never answer this email. Sorry. I will kiss and hug you when I see you or punch you in the face. Yeah. But when you say to me in the situation I am, you know, where time is the enemy and you have no sleep, you travel, why don't you answer my messages? It was 20 minutes ago. Well,
exactly.
Fuck you. I don't live with my phone. I turn off my phone when I sleep because otherwise you will text me in the night and so on. I don't have the phone with me. My wife is yelling at me all the time. Why don't you have your phone on? So I'm working and I walk the dogs for 2 hours in the woods. I would never, ever take the phone with me. Yeah. And I say, what if you break your leg? So may it happen. I will find a way to crawl back with my scrotum. You should try that. Crawl back in the Swedish
next interview and video we'll discuss.
Cut to scrotum crawling in the woods. Silly. Sorry.
But I think it's very important that you say this because this is the obvious distraction right there.
Yeah.
That is cutting off creativity.
Yes. Refine time. That's what it is.
I have a little tip for you. Just turn off notifications on your phone, at least. That's a great first step. I have done it. So when I get messages, I don't see them until I decide to see them.
Little by little, it's taking you apart. Yeah, that's really how it is. And then you become transparent and you realize after a while that I used to be a cool guy. Yeah. I am not. Yeah. What happened? Because you cannot please everyone. You can do your very best, and you will still be not enough. So you have to protect yourself. And it goes for everyone. It doesn't have to be guys like you and me who are sort of, I don't know, public persons. Yeah. It goes for everyone. So, well, screw this. Screw the work mail. It doesn't matter. Because I've done my best, you know, fire me then. Yeah. I'll just take, I had a call with the bank the other day. Yeah. And I said, why is this bank ID not working on my phone? Yes. I have to update, blah, blah, blah. So I haven't the latest version. I said, I need to use it now. I said, yeah, it's kind of fast for us. So we don't know why this bug is in your phone. And we are stressed out. So why don't you just quit your job and go and take a walk and recycle cans and do something good and do something happy instead of investing in pornography and tobacco and weapon industry and so on. And it was silence. I was like, yeah,
No
I
shit.
might just do
No
that.
shit.
And it was like, really? You're an actual person in the other
Yeah.
end. Like, great,
Yeah.
great, good, nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Fuck them all.
Well, it was
You know?
probably like the first guy who actually said something.
Yeah, yeah. It's really, for me, it's, I do what everybody expects
You know
of me,
what?
but block it out.
If you were in customer service today,
Yeah.
it's probably the worst.
It's an inferno. You cannot please anyone. I don't know how they cope with it. Probably drugs or push-ups or...
Yeah.
I feel sorry for
Scrotum
it. Yeah, and I
push-ups.
try to, again, give them love.
Yeah.
I understand you have a shit job.
Yeah.
I love you for doing it, and I hope you have a good life, but do something else. Music, for instance,
Yeah.
is a great way to really catharsis, to get your shit out, That's why I sometimes, every now and then, I believe I'm a jazz player because I know adult chords with numbers and stuff. And then I say, I am not. I will always be a metal man. I will, because this is what I need,
Yes.
I love the sound of a muted guitar, and I love the sound of this too. So I am a heavy metal man. That's pagan. So
Awesome, thank you.
Thank
I
you.
have now a segment that
Yes.
I usually do is that I have members on my YouTube channel
Yep.
that get to ask questions.
Hello, members.
For my members
Yes.
to Mattias. So I have one from Igor J. Sina.
Igor.
Mattias is a super awesome guitar player, but can he play Sweet Home Alabama?
Can we do? No, I cannot. I was just about to play House of the Rising Sun.
You know what? I was hearing that.
Sorry, I cannot play Sweet Home
There you
Alabama.
go. There you go. Okay, next question.
Damn. Okay.
Okay, from Washishta Kanti. You can probably...
Mr. Kanti.
Mr. Kanti.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
How much has cartonic music influenced you rhythmically as well as melodically in metal?
More than you know. It's in my veins. Obviously, I'm a medium fat Swedish guy and so on. I will never become Indian. And the more I scratch the surface of Indian music, the more I realize I don't know anything. But the stuff I know has helped me a great deal. I sing Konakal, I talk Konakal, which is the Indian rhythm language. I particularly like the South Indian way to do it. I probably do it wrong all the time, but for me it's just when I walk the dogs I go and then I transform that into guitar playing and so on. So, and you don't have to be Indian or be a professor to enjoy the music. It's just, it's like you don't want to eat meatballs every day, especially not me, I'm a vegetarian, but you want to spice it up. And India has had a profound impact on my life in so many ways. So yes. I love it, but I still know very, very little. But the stuff I know is ass-kicking good.
That's cool. Thank you so much. Would you teach me something on guitar?
I think,
something in standard.
Standard, yeah, okay. I do, when I think for the camp, one of the stuff that I've experienced a lot is that a lot of people look at rogs or scales or tonality, this kind of blasphemy box thinking.
Yes.
People play, do you have a favorite scale in D, for instance?
No.
No, okay. If you play a Lydian scale, oh, sorry. You'd play D and E, and then... Yeah, and then the Diabolo in Musica. Yeah. Yep. This is a Lydian scale, but the problem is that people who play a scale in this kind of pattern think of it as a box, and I detest that because that's really...
And a box that you can move around. Basically.
Yes, and you limit. So what if I do it an octave above? I go, okay, where's the octave? Where's
exactly.
Oh, there it is! And there's nothing in between.
Right, nothing that really ties them together.
Yeah, so the cool thing is to play things in an Indian way, in a horizontal way. So what I do here, for instance, is a good way to play any scale, but you can do the church modes, for instance, the white keys of the piano. Instead of thinking in parallel rhythms, you think in the same root the same tonic. So what I do here is, for instance, a tapping exercise, which is in 5/16, obviously, Ola. So I tap on the 19th fret of the D string. Try this. Yes. D string. Yeah. And then you.
Oh.
Yeah, like this. Just let it go. So this is kind of the drone, and then you tap the 19th fret of the G string, and then you let go to the major 7, which is the 6th fret, and you do like this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you have a 5/16 pattern, which is. So I go. Can you actually hear this? You have good floor.
Yeah, sure.
And then I learn to play the scale in a horizontal way, because only then do I realize the true nature of the scale with half steps and whole steps. So I see the scale in a much more piano-like way, instead of this stupid box kind of thing, which is again silly. So I play Lydian, up and down, keeping a steady pulse, because without the pulse, the rhythm doesn't mean anything. All these sound the same. And it becomes silly progressive metal. Exactly. But if you keep the pulse, your grandmother can dance to it. And each phrase has a sound of its own. And when you know it, you don't have to stay in 5/16. You can just, pick a place and go any. Pick another tape, Mixolydian. Aeolian. So completely different sound with the root. So Dorian. So that's how you really get a good understanding. And then you do this on every string. I have a volume pedal, so there's nothing wrong with the equipment. And understand how harmonics correspond, what they are, to get almost like sounds deep, but a holistic view of the guitar. You understand everything, and not only play on a one string and imitate Meshuggah, because they are much better than you are anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's really how it is, So do your own thing and take time to understand guitarra. Man, I talk a lot. I've used up all the words. I'm gonna be quiet for the rest of the day. Yeah, so this is a good exercise. Keep time, because without time, rhythm doesn't really mean anything, and without an attachment to any scale. Because, YouTube is just infested of, look at that guy, he can play 4 million BPMs with his penis, but it doesn't matter.
Exactly. It's something I actually now, when I've become older or more mature or more, I don't know what.
You said mature.
More of something, when it starts to hurt everywhere. That I've kind of like thought that, okay, I really need to break out of this, because this box thing that you're talking about, it's something I do because I don't know better.
You pick it up and you play the same shit. That's the problem. You have to get yourself out of the comfort zone, and that's what we do at the camp. Everybody said, "I am miserable." I too, after the camp, I'm just exhausted, and I realize I am really bad. But then it's like a muscle. You break it down, you build it up twice as strong. That's really how it is. So campers come back after an exhausting experience. They pick up the guitar and say, "I don't know anything. What happened?" And then little by little, you piece it together, and you become much better. I'm burping coffee from the coffee mug. Pink coffee mug.
It's okay. They're used to it.
Yes, you're a burping man. I think you were even burping in one of my camp videos.
Probably.
So, no, that's good.
Awesome.
Boys and girls.
Thank you so much, Mattias.
Thank you, Ola.
It's been a pure pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
It has to happen again.
Absolutely.
Probably like in a half year or 1 year.
Yeah, that's what we say.
That's what we say, exactly. Guys, thank you so much for watching.
This
is Mattias Eklundh.
Thank you.
Amazing Swedish guitar player, and it was a pure pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if you like this video, please go subscribe to my channel. Go subscribe to Mattias' channel, of course.
Yes.
Go check it out. Free guitar camp as well. Shit.
Ola Englund.
Maybe I'll go next year. I don't know.
Yes, you should.
Okay. Who's going to have the last word now? Play something.
Okay, this is your morning wake-up call. Good night.
Perfect.